Good morning, I'm Leanne and this is my YouTube channel. I have been uploading for just under a year now, and it is a weight loss journey but does include other aspects of my life if you haven't been here before. So over Christmas, well, to be more exact, Christmas Eve, I was tagged by a YouTube channel who I now consider a friend called Lighter Mandy. She tagged me in a set of questions for Christmas that were just a bit of fun for Vlogmas, and there were questions that were like, you would tag somebody else in them, do you know, also is a creator on YouTube, and it was a means to get to know each other and to answer the questions that have been asked. Well, because I didn't do it till after Christmas, which I did do it because I got tagged and I don't like to let people down, but because I didn't get tagged until after Christmas, I have decided to do some New Year questions. A very similar concept, so I'm going to answer these questions. I've created 10 New Year's questions that I think are quite nice. And I'm going to answer them myself, and then hopefully I'm going to tag 3 other channels, and then hopefully they will also answer the questions. And it's just a bit of fun. It's a way to get to know each other, and I just thought it'd be really nice to look at people, get to know them and get a little bit more in depth, not just what they're creating on the channel. But the questions that I quite like during this time of year, because New Year I find quite reflective. It's not that I'm like dead set into New Year's resolutions and things, but I do like to be reflective and learn from others and things like that. So I thought it'd be really good. So I will stop rambling, and I've written down my questions. They are in front of me, and it'd be really fun if you're tagged in this post for you to do the questions and tag 3 more people in them. So I'll get underway and I'll try to make this as fast and painless as possible. So my first question is, who did you spend New Year's with, and what did you do? For me, I had the most uneventful, awful, Christmas and New Year ever. I didn't get to spend it with people that I would have liked to. Me and Oliver we weren't on good terms at all, and we ended up just staying in. I went in the bath, I did a face mask, I did my hair, I did loads of self-care things. I did some breathing meditation. We then watched the worst film ever. What was it called? Oh, something terrible. Listen carefully, I think it was called. It was something like that. It was supposed to be a horror, but it was horrendous. And then at about 11:30, we just decided to call it quits and go to bed. So the only people I spent my New Year's with were Oliver, and we weren't even speaking, and the 3 dogs, who I love anyway. And I'm quite glad in a way it worked out good, because there was loads of fireworks this year, so I was able to just be with them. They're not particularly scared of fireworks, but there were a lot going off around me, and it were really loud, so I spent mine with my doggies snuggled up on the sofa watching the worst film ever with a cup of herbal tea. All rock and roll here. So what do you toast with on New Year? What did you toast with on New Year? Well, this year it was a cup of peppermint tea, and I didn't particularly toast in. I just were drinking it. However, usually my drink would be a Baileys. However, I suppose sometimes Prosecco, if you're forced to and you're in a social situation. So New Year's resolutions, do you make them? And if so, what are yours? New Year's resolutions, I'm not that into New Year's resolutions, I'm not gonna lie. I think they kind of set you up for a bit of failure. There's a lot of negativity surrounding them. I don't know many people that like to make New Year's resolutions. People tend to stay away from them, and they're fighting against it. However, I suppose my New Year's resolution is to work on myself and be a lot kinder to myself and improve my health and fitness. So if I was going to say one as a New Year's resolution, that is what it would be. So what lessons did you learn from 2024? Well, as you know, I had the worst year ever, literally ever. I was not slaying 2024. So, but what I will say is I did reflect, I did learn, and I did develop. So I learned that I need to be kinder to myself. I need to focus more on things for myself instead of things for other people. I learned that if I throw the towel in, that I will evidently fail, that I need to keep trying and working a lot harder, and that you need to be brave in life and step outside of your comfort zone, because ultimately if you repeat the same behavior over and over again and you let things hold you back, then you're never going to achieve amazing things. So that is probably what I learned, well, amongst other things, but I don't think you've got long enough to go through that. So, yeah, do you know what? Actually, I learned that 2024 was a year of learning for me. It was massive, like personally learning. I had loads to really work on, and I learned ways to do that as well. So, my next question is, if you could have 3 wishes for 2025, what would they be? So, I am pre-scripted this because I thought it were more authentic, just to run with it, ask the questions and answer them. 3 wishes. I don't know, that's really vast, isn't it, really? Because I would wish for everybody to be happy, for nobody to be starving and be comfortable, and for, I don't know, world peace, stop war. I genuinely would. If I had to make 3 wishes, I suppose, that were selfish, I would win the lottery and win loads of money. I would wish to travel absolutely loads and see every different country and experience loads of culture and experience loads of different like views and things in every country. And then my 3rd one would be for weight loss to be really easy. To be easy to lose, like, I don't know, to be able to maintain. Oh, right. So my final wish would be to be a healthy weight and it'd be really easy to maintain and steady and not put weight on and not lose anymore. That's what my wish would be if I were being selfish. So what life pearl of wisdom would you give to others to help them in 2025? Crazily, this is easier. This is the easiest question ever. So from my 2024, I learned that social media is so unhealthy. There's a lot of fake things out there. It is designed to pull you in to want to live the life of others. And my pearl of wisdom would be, nothing is what it seems online. You cannot get a full window into somebody's life, and there's a lot of false out there. So don't believe everything that you see online. So if you see a model that's super beautiful with super skin and beautiful body, a lot of times that's been filtered and edited. Travel places. If you're seeing these wonderful, amazing travel locations that people seem to be able to go to, do you know what? They're all edited. They're not ever what they are. I mean, I'm not saying these are wonderful things out there, but I think social media is so false on so many ways. Even like my channel and other people's channel, it's not that I'm false and it's not that I lie, but I cannot show you the full extent of my life unless you were coming round with me and we were talking about my feelings, emotions, and what's going on continuously. You only get to see a snippet. So you only get to see part of what I'm doing. So it's never quite what it seems. And my pearl of wisdom would be, take a step back from social media. Don't believe everything and wish for what's online. And just concentrate on being happy yourself and happy for what you've got rather than wanting stuff that's on social media. I would definitely say, have some downtime from social media. Put your phone down. Read, go out for a walk, do things that are real life, because I 100% think social media has a massive negative impact on people's mental health and well-being, and in which that then impacts massively on your life gigantically. My next question is, if you could travel to one place in 2025, where would you go? No limits. 100%, I would go on a safari in Africa. I would travel round there and spend a long amount of time, like going to animal sanctuaries, going to different tribes, different groups of people, staying in different locations, trying different food, seeing all the different animals, and just maybe volunteering at some schools, or I would 100% do that. I would love to do that. I think one day I will eventually get to do that. Maybe not to the extent that I'd love to, but maybe when I don't have to work as much, I've not got as many responsibilities as her at home, and when I can put a little bit of time into planning and doing that properly, I would love to do that. I know there's like organised groups and stuff and things. One day I will do something like that. At the minute, I can't really leave work for that long. I've got bills to pay. I've got children to tend to. But one day when I'm older, that is 100% what I will do. The next one is, do you have any regrets of 2024? God, yeah. Yeah. So my regret is allowing my mental health to drop so far due to the impact of somebody else. That is how I started my year, and it made it a really, really negative year. And it kind of tumbleweeded into like something massive. It was like what started as a snowball just escalated and escalated. And although I'm in control of my own mental outlook and how I perceive stuff, ultimately you are impacted by other people's behaviours. And I spent a lot of last year comparing myself to somebody else, not feeling good enough, feeling quite worthless. And I stopped working on myself for myself. I was battling away to make changes to myself to please somebody else, I suppose. Not even that it was asked of me, but because of my perception of obviously what had gone off, and it made me completely miserable. It made me really unsuccessful, and it made me like take a lot of steps back. Is that a massive regret? I don't really live in regrets, me. I think there's a lot of lessons to be learned, and I think I'm a strong believer in what doesn't kill you does make you stronger if you take that opportunity. And I do feel like I feel a lot stronger where that's concerned, and like I've took a lot of control back, and I don't regret that. What I do regret is that taking me the amount of time for me to get to that. That was very frustrating. And at the time, I didn't realise it. But after a lot of reflection, watching my videos back, journaling and working on myself, actually, that is what I did wrong in 2024. Obviously, I put weight on. I did a lot of things, but ultimately, all that probably wouldn't have happened if I would have been more aware. I wish I would have been more self-aware. So what is my favourite memory of 2024? 100% travelling. 100%. Last year, I did so much travelling. I can't say it's like one memory, but it's like in January, I went to Prague. I absolutely loved that place as a city. And it was the first time I'd been away without the kids and actually holidayed just for myself. That was unbelievable. I made some good friends there and I saw some amazing things. And it was like the door was opening to this world that I'd been restricting myself from for ages. I went to Magaluf with the girls for my 40th. Massively eye-opening. It's an experience I've never had. I've never had a big girly holiday. I loved Palma, that was beautiful. But I think I learned a lot about myself during that holiday, and I think it was really worthwhile. We went to Turkey, which I did some amazing things like snorkeling, swimming, excursions. I walked up Salicant Gorge, which I didn't think I was going to be able to do. We went and saw loads of like ancient things, and we just did tons. We went to Santorini, and that was a really good bonding experience for me and Oliver, and were probably a massive turning point for me in our relationship, because I think I stopped resenting him as much, and I started to have like a little bit of return on my own happiness and how I perceive things, and that was the start of me making changes to what I've just told you I regretted in 2024. I've also been to Poland, Dublin, Lisbon, all amazing things. So I can't really say I've got one favourite memory from 2024, but I have had an amazing travel year, and I definitely will be taking that through to 2025 because, well, I've just got new goals where that's concerned, and I want to make loads of memories and have loads of experiences because you only live once. So my last question is, what are your top 3 favourite YouTube channels right at this minute? So right at this minute, I think the person that I'm absolutely binge watching and learning a lot from is a lady called Jane Day. I have mentioned her in my previous YouTube, so I'll not go on and on and on because I sound like I've got a unhealthy obsession with her. I just found her really down to earth, really straight talking. She's got like a lot of wisdom, a lot of insight. I think she's really level-headed, and I enjoy her perception, her advice, the way that she's focused and battling life, and I just enjoy her confidence, and I enjoy her as a person. I think she's really, really good. She's a weight loss channel, and if you're not watching her, I massively would recommend going and subscribing. Even if you're dipping in and out of it, she's amazing. She's played a massive, massive part of me having a different perception, and she keeps me quite level. Yeah, I would definitely say that she's quite calming. That sounds crazy, but she is totally calming, and I do totally respect her, and at the minute, she's really good for me. I've watched the channel for a long time and been a bit of a silent watcher, which is quite frustrating actually, because I'm a creator and it's nice to hear from other people. So I am going to actively try to comment every time I watch like one of her videos. But sometimes I'm watching them while I'm getting ready or doing something. So I do tend to just watch like 3 or 4 of her videos and not really interact, which I should really, because that's more respectful. But life's just busy. The next one is I watch BBC Earth all the time. I've got like a huge crush on David Attenborough. I love him. Like, that is something I probably shouldn't share on here because I don't even know how old he is now. I've loved David Attenborough my entire life. Like, he is the most calming, soothing, amazing. He's had such a wonderful life. His morals and everything just resonate with me so much. And I really enjoy wildlife and earth and science. And that's what I'm watching on BBC Earth. There is other things on there. I do watch them. I do like science and biology and like nature programs. So when I'm getting ready or cooking or doing chores and stuff, I generally do put that on and I listen even if I'm not watching. The last channel that I have newly started taking part in, it's called The Mindful Movement. So this has got loads of like meditation, breathing exercises and things like that that help you mindfully. It is something that I, as an individual and a personal choice, I'm trying to grow. I'm quite enjoying that. It's not for everybody. I do understand that. I've not done loads of their things at the minute, but I am doing like their 10-minute breathing exercises and meditations and things like that. And that's what I'm watching. Oh, it's gone really dark in here and the light's not actually made any difference. So anyway, that is my questions for the new year. It'd be great if you are tagged in these, if you could answer them throughout January. It'd be great to hear what yours are and learn from your reflections of 2024. The channels I'm going to tag are Light and Mandy, because I love that woman. She's freaking amazing. It's crazy because I've never met her and she's just wonderful and I think she's great and I'd like to hear her reflections. I think we've got a lot of similarities but then a lot of differences, so I would like to hear from her. I don't know whether this lady will actually take part in it, but I'm going to tag her anyway and hope that she does because I'd love to hear her perception of these questions. Is Jane Day. I would love for her to do these reflections and for me to hear them because at the minute she is my go-to. Danielle Cindy, I will tag her. I'm not sure whether she will do them. I hope she does. But I enjoy her channel. I enjoy her energy. I enjoy her perception. And I'd really actually like to hear hers because she's had a tough year and I think they'd be really insightful. I would actually like to tag a lady called Nicky Vlogs. I know that's 4 and that's cheating, so you decide if that's worth it or not. I will tag them down in the... I don't really know how to tag on YouTube. I'm going to try and tag them and I will put also the channels that I'm watching down there. I would also, because I'm asking so much, but I know if you don't ask, you don't get, do you? I really enjoy getting to know my subscribers. And you guys are helping me a lot more than what you would probably give yourself credit for. So the little comments of encouragement and advice and things that you probably think are like a 5-minute nothing are actually huge to me. And I quite like people and getting to know people. So if you're out there and you've got a channel and you're watching this, then, and I haven't tagged you, please do these questions and let me know that you've done them because I'd like to watch yours. If you haven't got a channel, that's absolutely fine. If you could possibly answer these questions in the comments below, or just pick out a few of them if you don't want to do them all, I would love to get to know you a little bit more and learn from you. I'd love to have your pearl of wisdom for 2025 because bloody hell, I need it. I need all the help I can get. I am going to, in the comments section, write the list of questions so you can screenshot them or copy and paste them or do whatever it is you do to make it easy for you to answer them. But I would love to open this up to you guys so I can like read them and other people can as well because we're like a little bit of a group. We're here to learn from each other and I think that that would be amazing. My final point is I'm really sorry, but I look such a mess this morning. I'm working, I'm really busy and I wanted to get these done and out there as soon as possible. So I'm going to apologise for looking such a mess. However, if you follow me along, it's not very often that I look put together, is it really? So you should be used to it. Finally, I will just wish you a happy new year. All the love and luck and best for the up and coming months. And let's slay January and really make a difference. Think thin.